dress don't change 하나제 원옥주 홍대 춤춰 죽을같이 I know your friends 해 불러올래 어서 많은데 다
Hello, 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 all. This is Heathen Queen. This is the week of discovery, the week of getting the kinks out, the week of discovering what I like, what looks good, what doesn't look good. So forgive me if I make some mistakes, because I will, because these are my first shows ever, my first live shows ever. Do I want to be on camera? Do I not want to be on camera? How do I do this? How does a mic look? How does it do that? Can't have the cat near the wires, all of those things. So today, this evening, we have a gentleman who showed up on Kendra G's show, and he looked like perfection. He looked like perfection. He talked like he had a lot of sense, but I sensed there was other things going on underneath that. And instead of women looking at him and saying, boy, is he attractive, they really, really, really didn't embrace all of his philosophy. So we're going to get into it.
We're going to keep going. Ronald, show me the room, Ronald. Show me the room. Show me the room. Okay, Geneva, I forgot. I'll come to you. I see you're back too. All right, Ronald, you ready?
I am. How are you doing?
Good. You have an accent. Where are you calling me from?
No, I don't have an accent. I'm calling from VA.
Oh, okay. Ronald, VA. How old? Your light is not bad. Let me see something. It's just that glare behind you. It'll be better if you could face the glare behind you. Can you face the glare behind you?
Ooh, I'm actually in my bedroom. Actually,
okay,
you know
that was good. No, that's all you gotta do was just face the glare. So sit back down.
Stand up. I got a thing. I can stand up.
Okay, ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it. Okay, Ronald. And you said you're in VA?
Yeah, DMV area.
In the VA area. How old are you?
I'm 44.
44?
Give me 1 second. Yes, ma'am.
What you do for a living?
I'm a government contractor.
Government contractor. What's your zodiac sign?
Aries. I really don't believe in that. I think that's something that people tie bad behavior to. In a sense,
Okay.
like I'm an Aries, so I'm an asshole type.
Oh, Aries is an asshole? Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like most people that I meet when they bring up zodiac signs, they say, well, I have a bad behavior, I'm an asshole. I mean, because I'm this type of zodiac sign. And if you really understand zodiacs, like the stars and the skies ain't even in the same spot that they were when they used to do that stuff. So,
okay, fair enough.
But
I
I'm an Aries.
respect that. You don't have to believe in zodiac, so there's no pushback there. Do you have any kids, Ronald?
I do.
How many kids?
So I have 2 biological. I have a daughter and a son. My son is 13. My daughter's 9. I have a stepdaughter. She's 22, 21.
Okay.
But yeah.
When did you get divorced?
Oh, I've been divorced for almost 9 years.
Okay. Are your 2 kids by your ex-wife?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And you're in.
The first thing I wondered, your child is 9 and you left your baby mother and the child wasn't even born? Or when the child was born, exactly when the child was born, you left the mother? What did you do? What happened to that marriage?
And VA. So this is Ronald, VA, 44, works for, has a government, he's a government contractor. Dad to 3 children, 2 biological, was once married. What kind of woman are you looking for?
Fit, feminine, friendly, a woman that understands the relationships and what they are, a woman that is, in a sense, understands that you get in a relationship in the hopes of building something. Meaning, when I meet you, I am trying to get to know you. And in that dating stage, you're working to be a girlfriend. In that girlfriend stage, you're working to be a fiance and or a wife.
Okay. So
See, I'm already turned off by him. I'm already turned off by him. See, you know what the problem is? The problem is with these kind of talking points is when men spout them, they I don't know how to say this. Men, you are no better than women. You're no more smarter. You're no more built differently other than stronger muscle wise. You're no different from women. We're different, but we're also equal. And when we have characters who come on here who off the bat, you know, or they come across as being more, or they come across seeming as though they are more than a woman, that turns women off. And he immediately came across as one of those type of men who think they're better than women, or they think they know more than women. And that's not the case. So stop it.
oh, in the dating stage, she's trying to get promoted to girlfriend.
Right.
Do
It's
you
just like
think?
if you go to a,
No,
say that again,
continue.
ma'am.
No, continue. I want to hear
Like,
it.
like if I go to a job interview, I'm not going to go there with my resume and be like, okay, I want to be the CEO of the company. If I don't have the qualifications to do that, I'm gonna start from ground up, and I'm gonna put my best foot forward. I'm gonna work my ass off to get where I want to get.
And see, here's what I can't really get past is that when you have a successful relationship, you can speak on successful relationships or what really entails a successful relationship. Here's people, he is one of the people who has not had a successful relationship. He was married, but that don't mean he was successful. He left his baby mama when she gave birth to his last child. He left her. Okay. His child is 9 and his divorce was final when the child was 9, which means he left that baby mama, which means he did not have a successful marriage. Because why would you need to leave the minute a woman has the baby? Why would she leave you? Why would she leave you and why would you leave her when you just gave birth to a child? Hmm? That's not how relationships work. And that means what you're finna say doesn't have that much validity.
When you date somebody, you're dating them to get to the potential. I'm not saying I don't have responsibility in it, because I do. But I'm also interviewing, like she's interviewing for me, I'm interviewing for her.
Okay,
And to
that's what
get
I was
that
gonna
date
say.
with her, hmm,
That's what I was gonna ask. Are you also auditioning to be her boyfriend?
That's the smartest thing right there that you even asked Kendra ever. Was he's making it seem as though it's all the things that she has to do. And here's the thing, fellas. I don't care how you slice it. You're the one. You're the one that's on the receiving end. You're the one. You don't control what you think you control because it hasn't worked in thousands of years, hundreds of years. The control that you think you want is going to fail.
of course. I mean, guys interview all the time. When we shoot our shot at females, females don't give their phone numbers to every guy. They don't even entertain every guy. So when I meet a female, I had to entertain her, or I had to peek something in her to get conversation. I had to peek something different to get a date or 2 dates or 3 dates. And the sleeper is a whole nother category.
Okay. Second question, I guess I just have. In the dating stage, are you guys having sex or you're just getting to know each other?
We're getting to know, if it happens naturally, then it happens. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't happen when you're dating. I mean, when we're dating, guys are taking her out, we're showering her with gifts, we're paying bills, or not bills, we're taking her out on dates. So we're paying for all of the dates. I expect women to understand that. So we're interviewing for each other.
Interviewing for each other. Okay. Any other requirements before we go to your deal breakers?
I don't want to sit here and say generic because nobody wants to get with a liar. Nobody wants to get with a cheater. Like those things are basic. Like those things are like the foundation of just being a good person. So no, not really. I do have deal breakers, so I don't want to jump into that.
Yeah, that's the next question though. What are your deal breakers?
Okay, so deal breakers. My deal breaker are, my deal breakers are women that don't understand the difference between being a provider and a sponsor. That's a
Break
huge
it,
thing for me.
break it down for the women who are confused between a provider and a sponsor.
Okay, so I was raised old school. My father was in my life. He taught me to be the man of the house and just take care of the woman that I am with. A provider is that. You get that when you get the girlfriend slash wife title. That's the provider. Your bills are my bills when you become my girlfriend, not when we're dating. Like, I don't know if it's the internet, what's going on, but you got a lot of females, not all, but a lot, that are sitting here and saying, well, to get my phone number, you got to give me $500. Or
Well, it has to be the internet because you're on the internet spouting internet talking points. So it has to be an internet. And on top of the fact that you're meeting women on the internet who are telling you that you got to give them $500 to get your phone number. How many men have encountered a woman who said, hey, in order to get my number, you got to give me $500? But off the internet, not on the internet. What kind of women are you approaching that would tell you you have to give them $500 just for their phone number? That makes me look at you sideways, like where you going to meet women at?
just crazy stuff, you know? So
So I want to get
that's a
clarity.
big,
So, and some men say they only pay bills for their wives, but you're saying if you make a girl your girlfriend, you would be responsible for her bills and the girlfriend stage.
not in the beginning. So like when we're working towards something, like once we got to girlfriend, boyfriend status, and we've got the relationship has been battle tested, like year, 2 years, and we're thinking about moving in, then that's where it transitions to that.
Oh, when she moves in with you.
Yeah, like when we're literally like, okay, locked in and we're like, all right, we're thinking about a few
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Now, let's hope he keeps making sense because I don't know. Wow.
future together. We're really trying to build something I can understand that she's got my best interest at heart. She understands that I have her best interest at heart, even though sometimes if I tell her no on something or we talk about something and it's a no answer, that it's her best interest.
Okay. Okay.
This is where we have a problem. What do you mean her best interest? She has control over what's in her best interest. You need to worry about what's in your best interest.
Okay. So you want women to know that. So in the dating stage, do not expect men. You want women to get this part.
No, if it happens, if because I wanted to do it, then yeah, like paying for your nails, paying for your hair to get done, those are things that shouldn't be like a requirement in a dating stage. Like if I choose to do it because I want to be genuine, then okay.
Okay.
You know these rules are only put in place for ugly women or women that don't fit your or don't come up to your visual standards, right? This only applies to them. It don't apply to any other women because ain't no resistance to that fine ass woman that you like. Ain't no resistance. You think there's resistance, but it ain't. These are rules for the ugly girls. Let's keep going.
Accept that as that. But
Gotcha.
also understand, which leads to my next deal breaker is reciprocation. A person that doesn't understand what that means. I think in this world we're taught, which I never believed in, happy wife, happy life. Insinuating that the woman's feelings is the only thing that really matters. That's not the
And that's your problem right there. That's men's problem. 1,000 years, 100 years, it's going to be the same. You all want to change a dynamic that you can't change. And we say, you want to be happy or you want to continue to fight with me? Because if you want to be happy, you're just one man. You're just one race of man. You're not the dominant race on this planet. You're not the dominant race here. So therefore, what you like and what you're going to tolerate, two totally different things. Women are always going to run this way because the dominant culture, women do the running of those kind of things. Social things, family-orientated things, relationship things. Dominant culture is that way. Same with ours. You can rebel against it all you like. Let's see how successful you are with this rebellion.
Case should be happy spouse, happy house. I'm pouring into you. I'm trying to learn you.
Okay.
I'm trying to learn you. You should be able to try to learn me the same way.
We do try to learn you. You just don't like taking your armor off. See, Black men say, why is it that we have success? Women say they have more successful relationships in other cultures. It's because Black men don't like to take their armor off. And the other races of men are more willing to take their armor off earlier and quicker than you are. And therefore, that's why they have a better rate of marriage, regardless of whether they marry a white woman or a Black woman or whatever. Okay? That's why it happens, because you're not willing to take your armor off. And women are not willing to accept the scraps of what you want to give her. That's why.
Okay. Now you've been married, so are these some of the things you like learned from your last marriage?
I can say I
No, he didn't learn it from that because he divorced the baby mama right when she had his baby, which means he didn't give a shit.
did. I didn't believe in happy spouse or happy wife, happy life, but I definitely was one of those men in the beginning that, hey, if she wanted it, I'm gonna try to do it. I don't want to talk bad about my ex-wife or even put that out there because, it's the mother of my children. But you learn and you grow, and I accept all responsibilities for that failed marriage because at the end of the day, I chose her. So whatever happened, I wasn't the man I was supposed to be.
Okay.
We know you weren't the man you were supposed to be. That's why she threw you out, or you walked out. Of course.
You want to get married again?
I don't want to get divorced again. Most men, when we come on here, we just talk about marriage. Men are running from divorces, and no fault divorce is a thing, and it's scary. You spend your life.
Half you mofos don't know jack shit about no fault divorce. Half of y'all don't even know what you're talking about. That's what I mean. Why are you on here spouting these internet talking points as though you understand the complexities and dynamics of what you're talking about? And if you don't have your own philosophy, that tells me you're not listening to your inner thought processes. You're not listening to men outside of the internet that you're not related to. You're listening to these talking points that are going to get you into a failed philosophy and a failed marriage. Show me a red pill marriage that uses all these talking points that are successful. Show it to me. I'm still waiting for someone to show me where they use all of these talking points that you're talking about and they work. I haven't seen one.
Working with somebody, dedicating it to somebody, and then next thing you know, well, I'm not happy, which is crazy because there's nothing in the Bible that speaks about our happiness in marriage. Not saying happiness does not come. We get married because of duty.
And that's why you're going to be alone. You might have some pluses. He got some pluses, I'm sure. He's employed, dedicated to his craft, contractor. Maybe he can speak well-manneredly, but you can speak nicely, but you speak as though you're a robot. And the whole point is we can't have that kind of control in a marriage. No woman is going over there handcuffed before the marriage even starts. No woman worth her salt goes over there with her hands cuffed.
Okay.
Especially if you have kids with that woman.
Right. Well, not everybody feels that way, but I respect your thoughts on that.
This
Let me
is
ask
true.
this: do you have any more deal breakers?
Uh, yes. Disrespectful females. Female that can't broaden her tongue. The Bible says speaks on the tongue being the smallest muscle in the body, but holds the most power. Um, People need to understand that when you speak out of anger, 9 times out of 10, those are what you're really thinking. Anger and drunk. You can't take those words back. So really understand what you're saying in that heat.
Yes, men and women, but primarily men who drink. Figure out what you're saying before you say it.
So if I ever get with somebody, I'm with somebody, and we're getting to that point, I'm not coming at you loving right now. So let's take a break and readjust the situation. Because if I call you my woman, I call you my queen, you call me your king, we shouldn't speak to each other crazy. That's for outside. You talk to dudes out there, and I talk to females. Not saying I just do it, but you talk to them people out there like that. You know what I'm saying?
She won't talk to you like that. There's a lot. Look, I get it. We have an issue with ladies. The ladies have an issue with their mouth. We get all that. And I've always called for that. Always called for that. You need to temper your behavior. Okay? Temper your behavior. But that's not all that a marriage entails. Her mouth is not all that a marriage entails. If you're doing everything particularly right, why would she need to be a hyena on you if you're such a perfect human being? The whole point is a marriage fails because two people have made mistakes. Two people have made fatal flaws. Two people. You don't get a trophy for sticking around in a shitty marriage, man. I hear that. I see there's a stat in the chat that says, "Oh, 80% women initiate." But why? Because women are more apt to get out of failed marriages. Women are not walking out of marriages because they just want to walk out of marriages. That's you all's problem. When you think a woman is just walking out of the marriage because she's bored. Sometimes you did something in year one and she never got past what you did in year one. And you never apologized for doing it in year 3 or year 4. And you continue to think that she didn't know you did it. Or you continue to think what you did in year 2 was okay in year 8. And she always had that resentment in the back of her mind. And all it takes is you leaving the toilet seat up and she's out. It's always something that happened to her in that marriage that makes her walk out, and you don't know why she walked out. Okay? And I get it. A sassy mouth is a problem. A bad mouthing woman is a problem. I get all that. But you need to understand why she turned the way she turned, because it wasn't overnight.
Okay. So nobody disrespectful. Let's get to appearances. Should she look a certain way, Ronald?
Oh, I got some more. I got some more deal breakers. I got some more deal breakers.
I apologize.
I really do.
Let's make sure we get all your deal breakers.
You talk too goddamn much. We don't need to know your whole story.
Okay, what's your other deal breakers?
Overweight women, and I know this is going to be a very, very touchy subject.
We don't care about whether it's touchy or not. It makes one goddamn bit of difference. Didn't you say in the beginning that you wanted a fit, feminine, and friendly? We don't need a reiteration. We get all of that. But you all don't seem to understand as men that we have criteria too. And I'll reiterate those at the end of this examination of you. You say you want fit, feminine, and friendly. We get it.
For your viewers, or just for people in general, because we're in this climate control of Feelings, everybody's feelings matter, and everybody does have a right to their feelings, but your feelings don't make the situation right. Um, Accountability is big for me. So that kind of ties into being overweight. I get it. Everybody has their situations. But when I was going through my situation and I gained weight, I'm prior military, by the way. Um, I decided, I made a decision to fix that. And I held myself accountable for everything that I do. So that's a big thing. Like, I just can't do it, unfortunately.
Okay. So you want a woman that works out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Appearance
Okay.
is big
That
for
was
me.
the next. Got you. That's the next question. But do you have any more deal breakers before I go to that question directly?
Females with rosters. Nowadays, we're in a climate control of females that.
You have a roster. You have a roster. Why do you think a woman wouldn't have a roster? We all have rosters. That don't mean we sleep with them, but we all have rosters. Ain't no way I'm gonna put all my eggs in one basket with you, and then look up 2-3 months down the line. You still have a roster, but I done gave up my roster. Ain't no way. So I'm ass out 3 months down the line when you say, no, I don't want to be exclusive with you. I want to be exclusive with Sally. Make it make sense. You have a roster. Everybody, that's what dating is. Dating is to date as many people as you can to see who you get along with. Nothing wrong with dating. Nothing wrong with that.
Want to have multiple dudes. I got a dude that's and they're not honest about it. I got a dude that's a side dude. I don't understand the side anything. Be honest about what you're doing. If you got to lie about it,
You know what? Y'all ain't never honest about what y'all doing. That's why women get on here and say y'all lie. Because y'all are not honest about what you're doing. Why would a woman be on here being honest when you all won't be on here being honest? Okay.
delete stuff. That's not honesty. Telling me after the fact isn't honest. Females that got multiple baby fathers, I can deal with children because I have children of my own. And I think a lot of men will attest for this. It's not the kids that we frown upon, it's the multiple baby fathers.
No. Because y'all have a problem with a woman who got 3 babies and 1 baby daddy. Because then you get to shouting out, running your mouth about she's imprinted. One dude is imprinted on this female because she got 3 kids. So it don't matter whether she got multiple baby daddies or 1 baby daddy. Y'all still don't like other people's kids. That's how that comes across to us women. When we hear men say, don't mess with no baby mama, and then they tell other men, don't mess with their baby mama, even though y'all do that at record numbers. Y'all go back and forth with females all the time. Okay? Sleeping with baby mamas here, there, single, it don't matter. Y'all sleep with her if she look good. But that's our number one issue with you men. You men don't like no other people's babies but your own, yet and still you won't marry the woman who has your first child, second child. You won't marry her and get her off the market, and you know she's only been with you. She's raising your child. You guys are building a life together. Y'all don't want to marry her. Y'all want to fool around with her, and then you end up with a culture full of baby mamas. That's what happened. On top of the fact that women don't have sexual discipline. Y'all don't have sexual discipline either. Instead of staying with your first baby mama, why you out here making 3, 4, 5 different baby mama? And don't tell me just Pookie do it, because you regular dudes do it too. And it's more Pookies than a little.
There's an invisible line of physical violence with men. I don't care if it's your dude that you've been cool with since y'all were in the sandbox, or a guy that you just met. Now, with the guy that you've been cool with from day one, that line is very, it's distinct. But it's a very finite line. I understand how I can move with him. He understands how he can move with me. When you get with females that got multiple fathers, not only do I have to overcome the children and acquiesce and figure out how they can come into my life and I can, take care of them because they're going to want you to take care of their kids. I don't care what nobody says. If we have kids or we get into a relationship and I buy something for my kids that I don't do for your kids, it's going to be an argument and a problem. The problem comes in when you have multiple fathers. Now there's multiple men that I have to size up, figure out, and it just causes too much conflict.
Okay, okay. So no women with multiple baby daddies. Any more deal breakers?
Damn, how many deal breakers he got? We already got the idea of the deal breaker. We don't need to hear 20 of them motherfuckers. We only needed to hear 2 or 3. We get the idea. It's like you writing a whole dissertation right here. We don't need all this shit.
I had it written down, but I think that's that's it for now. I don't want to be too much.
You don't want to be too much. You are too much.
Now is a direct question about appearances. Should she look a certain way?
Like I just said, I work out a lot. So I definitely want my female to take a pride in her appearance. I'm a representation of you. You're a representation of me when we step out of this house.
How many of y'all think he talked too damn much? We don't need all that. So all you got to say is she got to be fit. Have her body together, her world together, her face, her makeup, blah, 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 whatever. See, you see, it only took a couple seconds to say that. He running off at the mouth about everything, every little aspect. We don't need to know that. Tell a woman that you want to date all this shit. Don't tell us.
I take that very dearly. That's part of the military in me. I did 21 years, so definitely do that. I do tend to gravitate to younger women. So
You are, how old are you? Oh,
now you introduce the creepy factory. The creepy factor.
I got that question. How old are you, Ronald?
44.
Oh, wow, I forgot that question. I apologize. I do have it written down. You're 44. So what is the age range you want to date?
See, he don't want it to sound bad, but what he really want to say is I ain't dating nobody over the age of 30, which means you're creepy. That's what. Wait a minute. Let me give y'all a clue. Let me give you men a clue out here. Automatically, when a 44-year-old man comes into the room and says, I want to date somebody under the age of 30, he's paying. He is paying. He's pulling his wallet out because that's the way that it works. When you're 40 and you want to date 20-something, you're paying. So all of this shit that he is spouting is immaterial. That's what I'm saying. Because he's going to pay. He's going to acquiesce. That's the game. And you men know that.
I say about 20, 28, 29 to about 35.
Okay. So you want somebody younger.
Bingo.
Do you want to have more children?
Yes.
Okay. So 28, 35.
That would be a discussion we can have.
Okay. What about money, Ronald? Should she make a certain amount of money?
I just want you to have have something going for yourself. Most guys don't really care about how much money she makes. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be funding it. Our first couple of dates, I'm gonna be paying for it.
You're gonna be paying for it beyond the first couple of dates because you're asking for. See, this is what I mean by you're asking for something. I'm 30. 19 and 30, they're similar age. And I think you're lying because you probably didn't tell her you were 30. But I bet you paid for a lot of the stuff. But this man is going to be paying plenty.
So definitely if I'm paying, once we get to the relationship status, If I'm paying the bill, then I definitely want your finances to either go to the vacations for the family or like, you know, our savings, stuff like that.
Okay. Savings.
I've been blessed.
You've been blessed. So you don't care how much money she makes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's.
No,
Okay.
most men don't.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's do the Kendrick Cam, Ronald.
He paying, so it don't matter. I guarantee you that he paying. And you're gonna pay. They always pay.
All right, I don't get ready to go to bed, so but I know you hear that all the time. Let me see if I can. You got to see the legs, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And just to be clear, when you said 21 years, you're talking about the military. Some people thought you were talking about prison. Okay. We see you, Ronald.
I've never been to prison.
Yeah.
I've never been to prison. I don't even have a record.
You said we got you, Ronald. You're in great shape.
Yeah, get your ass up. Get the camera off the goddamn floor. We see the print. We see everything. We don't need to see no more. Get it. And look at the proportion. Look at the proportion of his height. Did he say how tall he was? Because I bet you that height ain't no more than 5'7", 5'8".
We got you. We're good.
Thank you.
Always tell when people love their body because
No.
they love the
Let's see.
No, you said you did 21 years, and I
I
think
put
some
a lot
people
of.
misunderstood that.
No, I've never been to prison. I don't even have a record. I served in the military for 21 years. That's what I meant.
Okay.
I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm a taxpayer.
That's good. Okay. Bring the camera back down. There we go. Bring it down a little bit more. Here we go. All right, Ronald, when was your last relationship?
About 3 years ago.
3 years ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I want to say about 3 weeks ago.
Is that woman
and that's yeah.
She's option?
No, I don't think so.
So she's not auditioning, so she won't get upgraded to girlfriend.
I don't want to put her business out. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that's happened. There's a lot of games being played.
Yeah, she's an option, y'all. She's an option. Which means he's on here trying to get somebody to act correctly. Especially if he still has feelings for the other person, or maybe he don't want to burn bridges. See, you don't want to burn bridges. He don't want to burn bridges, which means he may want to go back to her and get the nookie again. So he ain't finna burn that bridge. He don't want to say he don't want to say she ain't girlfriend material, but he want to sleep with her again. That's what time that is.
Accountability is a big thing. And if you can't take it and understand how you contributed to the relationship getting to where it is or where it hasn't gotten, then that's a big thing to me. You know, I can't drive my Ferrari in the ghetto and be mad that somebody broke into it. I have to be accountable for that shit. A lot of people, I'm going to say this, accountability is kryptonite to a lot of females.
Somebody got to explain to me what you mean by accountability. What accountability don't we take? And is that accountability the same as yours non-accountability? I want to know what is the accountability that we don't take, and then I'll tell you yours.
That's just what it is. And I'm sorry for the viewers that don't like what I'm saying, but go to men's bars, go to barbershops, go to the gym, talk to your brothers and your uncles and guys that really deal. They'll tell you that. A lot of times, y'all are very good with words. Unfortunately, for me, I was a trained overthinker. I was a military police officer.
Here we go down another goddamn rabbit hole about what he can and cannot do. That means nothing because you haven't had a successful relationship. So stop telling us what you can decipher and what you can't. Your shitty ticker is just as shitty as everybody else's. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this show. Stop trying to tell us how smart you are, because you sound dumb.
I understand that a sentence doesn't just configure what you're saying. How you say that sentence matters. And that gets me in a lot of trouble.
Okay. So this is the reason why the woman you slept with 3 weeks ago won't be your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on,
Yes.
Ronald. Yes. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I can come off very cocky. I'm not. Once you get to know me, you'll understand a lot about me. I'm definitely an overthinker. I was an overthinker as a child. I went to the military, then I got in trouble for that. Then they train you how to be an overthinker. You have to walk into a domestic dispute with 2 people and listen to what one person says and listen to what the other person says and look around the room and understand somebody's story ain't making sense. 1 + 1 ain't adding up. So I'm definitely an overthinker. My spending, I can definitely control that. I've dedicated a lot of time to my craft, and I spoil myself, spoil my kids too. So, but
Wait a minute, what craft is he talking about? He's a, what did he say he did? Contractor. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
that's neither here nor there.
You're right.
But so definitely, I can give you more if you want.
No,
Three's the request. I will say this: you're self-aware. I mean, you said that you come across as cocky.
No, he's not self-aware. That's where you get it wrong. He's spouting talking points because he's all over the place himself. Because he has no firm philosophy for his own life. Every point that he has made has been from the internet. He's 44 years old. How is it that you're 44 and people are indoctrinating you onto something from online? People who already have a firm handle of their life, of what's going on in their life, who are self-aware, who have understood their mistakes and made their mistakes and auto-corrected, don't go online and pick up talking points. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He has all online talking points. He has no philosophy. He is not self-aware. That's the whole point. You're 44. If you need to get online and get talking points for how you deal with a woman, you don't have any philosophy. And you're just as lost as any other person. Why the hell you think he on your show? Girl, bye.
And that was probably one of the major things I'm seeing about you in the comment section. So you're self-aware of how you're perceived.
Yes, but like I said, I love. So I
No, it's not attractive in any way, shape, or form, bruh. Arrogance is not attractive. And he's going to say, well, I have reason to be arrogant. No, I have reason to be confident. Confident? I don't believe you. Because you came on here and you spouted talking points from the internet. So I don't believe you. If you got to come on the internet and pick up talking points, no, just no.
come off cocky. A lot of people, I know this about me because I love how people, the inner dynamics of how people think. I do a lot of research on that. I understand micro expressions. I understand it's not how you say things. It's everything matters. So when I talk to people, a lot of times I understand what you're saying when you're not saying, if that makes sense. So it does come off cocky.
Okay.
But I promise you, I'm not. Like, everything about me is, I really give back. I love teaching. I love guiding, especially young men. In this world, men are the world does not look.
A female that looks good like Lori Harvey would roll through his world like nobody's business. And all of this bullshit that he's spouting goes by the wayside.
Favored to us. And even with the world not being favored to us, we're very cold on each other. So I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. And if I can make somebody or tell somebody one of my mistakes that I've done and prevent them from going down that same path, not saying I can control that, but say, hey, you might not want to go down there.
You made mistakes? Really? You're such a perfectionist and you know exactly how a woman is going to respond. You know exactly what to do in relationships. You know exactly how you're going to control your new wife, new girlfriend, your new 28-year-old girlfriend. You know exactly how you're going to do it. You're not going to be paying anything. Oh, hell no, you're not going to pay anything. Even though 100% of the women who 100% of the men who even looked at a younger woman know they gotta pay. You're gonna change that structure, and that's not arrogant. Stop it.
It's definitely something that I try to do. We need to stop looking at red flags. Yellow flags are what you need to look for. The red flags is too late.
All right, Ronald. Why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
See, this goes back to that cocky stuff, and I'm not even going to do that because saying you're lucky to be with me is saying like I'm the only man in the world, and I know that I'm not. The relationship would be lucky. If you want somebody that really gives it its all, is very understanding, that really wants to work and build, that's what's the priority for me. So I would say that they would be lucky, but not lucky in the sense of saying, yo, if you really want dedication, that's what I bring. Dedication, leadership, understanding, compassion. But I can't say that you're going to just be lucky because there's 7.9 billion people in this world.
Okay,
You
so you're not
the way
saying
the world.
It ain't no lucky woman that's gonna go over there and deal with the control, right? Ain't lucky women do that. Ain't It's called handcuffed.
okay. I said okay. All right, Ronald. So Ronald is in. Do you want the woman to be in VA?
Preferably VA, DC, Maryland,
Okay.
the area,
So
surrounding area.
Ronald VA, he works for a government contract and is an Aries. He is a dad to 3 children, 2 biological, was once married. He will date 28 to 35. He wants a woman that understands the concept, the difference between provider and sponsor. Also a woman that works out. You could jump in at any moment. I'm trying to remember all your recaps. Your
But she don't
non-negotiable.
gotta be like heavy in the gym. Like I'm in the gym like I'm in the gym 4 or 5 times a week. Like right now I power lift, so my trainers got me doing a 4-day split. When I started, I was in there 6 times a day. Just take pride in your appearance. Like that's my biggest thing. Like you don't know who you're gonna meet in this world. And that's one thing my dad told me from a young age. I don't care if you're going to the grocery store, you're going to get gas. You never know who you're gonna run into, what an opportunity is gonna be. So I be out there looking crazy. And I think the world has crazy in the forefront. Like everybody just wants their 10 minutes of fame.
You got that motherfucking right. You got that motherfucking right. Get your ass to the back. You done gave us your 10 minutes.
Okay, fair enough. Now, Ronald, are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
I am.
Wait a minute, hold up. We ain't promoting her shit. So here we come across this gentleman. He comes across as an ideal candidate. Problem is, and I just can't get past it. You learned all of those talking points from the internet. If you had such a diehard philosophy before you got on the internet, you never would have said these things. Because you would have understood that most of them are incorrect or most of them don't work in a practical sense. And they don't work in a practical sense because I haven't found one person who believes in the red pill philosophy and practices all of those things, and that woman is happy. Not one man on here has come on here and said, I do all those red pill things, and the woman is happy. Not one. So the minute you tell me or show me one woman that's happy from this red pill philosophy, then I'll believe that it works. Otherwise, it's a failed philosophy. All of that shit you got from Kevin Samuels, It's great. It's fine. But he was a 2 failed marriage man. And I don't take advice from people who fail at being married. Fail. And he was only married less than 5 years with 2 marriages, which means he was a real big failure in marriage and relationships. Because you couldn't find another female to put up with the bullshit that you all spot out when it comes to the red pill. This man right here is 44 years old. He on the internet spouting out red pill talking points. He divorced his baby mama when the baby mama gave birth to his last child. His last child is 9 years old. He's been divorced for 9 years. He left her when she had just had that baby. He said it was my issue. It was my problem. I had things to work on. Has he worked on those things? Has he worked on those things? My whole point is, have you worked on those things? Have you worked in counseling? Have you figured out why that marriage failed? And his last relationship was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, what you been doing? You just been out here. You just been out here randomly doing what you want to do. See, these people talk a good game, but they really, really, really just out here spouting and floundering like everybody else. I just can't get past the fact that he's 44, and that's all we heard was talking points. Nothing about what he really wanted, how he really wanted. These rules that he spout only belong to the ugly girls. Because the female that he really wants, the female that he really, really wants to deal with, ain't putting up with this shit. Because she don't have to. And I can tell what kind of female he like anyway. Because he said, ain't no woman gonna make me pay $500 to get her number. So that tells me you over there looking at them OnlyFans female. You looking at them type female. You ain't looking at no regular female. See, that's how I know you men be lying when you say you want a regular female. You want a regular plain Jane. You want a regular homegrown female. You be lying. Because ain't no regular man coming in contact with no female talking about, I gotta get paid $500 just to get her number. And the only way you run into those kind of females is that you look for a female online. And everything you saying is just suspect. Specifically 44 online talking to maybe the OnlyFans females. $500 for real? These girls getting paid out here. Wow. And they got suckers too.